Richard, how are you feeling?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing better.
And
Yeah.
the rest of your family?
Well, I think they were ahead of me. I think they got a little bit earlier, so they haven't. Yeah, they're doing better as well.
That's great.
I'm just coughing at night, but it's not painful anymore. So
Oh,
I
that's
think
good.
I think I'm like 1 or 2 days away from venturing outside, masked up. But yeah, yeah, that wasn't fun. How are you doing? You back in New York?
I am. Got back in last night, just in time for the rain.
Yeah.
And I'll be here for a while. I don't leave till Monday.
Nice. Nice.
Morgan, where you headed?
Man, I think I told y'all it's the Morgan and Sons show this weekend. So I just dropped Elias off at the gym. I'm taking Pal for a haircut and just trying to keep these boys alive for another couple of days until Jennifer gets back.
Great.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, Willis.
All right, let's get it rocking. Oh, what's up, Mr. Pravat? I got Daryl. So you got my note. I got a Jeremy in here. Is this Seattle Jeremy?
Got the note.
It is the Seattle Jeremy.
What's going on, brother?
How you, man?
Doing well. All right. Well, these are some of the tribe. We got Jeff Livingston over there, probably working on some AI projects. Marcus out there in Arizona, Leland in LA. Richard out there in you in Jersey? You're not in New York, are you?
I'm in Jersey, but tri-state.
I feel it.
Ain't nothing but
Leland
crossing
finished
the
the
river.
pilot this week.
Yeah, I did.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Tell
man.
us
Appreciate
what's the pilot and when should we see it?
it. I don't know when you'll see it unless you have access to my hard drive, but it's about this group of loosely Nation of Islam affiliated Black Muslims in Oakland in '73 who went on a killing spree. They were like the first
Shit, we ain't gonna never see that. We ain't gonna never. That shit ain't gonna hit. No, I'm just kidding.
You don't want to see a bunch of white people get killed for no reason? Oh,
Man, look, I'm just saying. We record, man. Hold back, brother. Hold back. I'm gonna have to cut this piece out.
You can fix that in post. That's fine.
I have to. Jeremy,
don't
I'll
have
tell
a
you.
close budget.
Jeremy, I'll tell you. We talk rather freely and we listen to rather uncensored music. So if you got little kids in the room and whatnot, you got to be prepared for that. All right,
I'm
so
good.
we're
I'm in a
gonna
hotel in Colorado, so.
Okay. Well, introduce yourself to the fellas while I start this up. Just maybe tell us a little bit about where you're from. And Jeremy's a runner out here in Seattle in the Black Men
Morning,
Run
y'all.
group.
Yeah. Like Will said, yeah. So, born and raised Arizona, went to college in ATL. Recently finished a master's program. Now I work for a biotech company that flew me out to Colorado for the last 2 weeks to help them out with our new warehouse and manufacturing plant. So, Willis said, join us on yoga. And I said, why not? And here I am.
Cool.
Well,
Where'd you go to
welcome.
school in Atlanta?
Clark, Atlanta.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And I got my master's from Arizona State. So,
Okay, we got a brother from Arizona on the line. Well, not from Arizona, but actually from far east, but lives in Arizona now. Marcus has a private dental practice out there. All right.
Why you dressed like you going golfing, Will?
Because it's cold up here on the roof, man. Shit, I misread my genetics versus the actual temperature. but I was already set up, so I said whatever. Morgan, where are you?
I'm in East Atlanta Village taking Pal for a haircut.
Yeah, I see that. He needs a haircut. Do that post haste. All right, let's do this. So we said we're gonna work on some stuff. Anytime you're working on legs, I mean, at our age, you need to be working on legs and balance and all that stuff anyway. So we call it runners or next week golfers, but all this stuff is priority. So we're gonna start with just a little bit of warm up, just a little bit. But before we do that, let's just settle in for a second, collect ourselves, find any place to sit. Any place to sit. I do want to be clear, since Jeremy's a new guy, I want to let him know I don't bootleg this. This is real. My wife encouraged me to get an insurance rider for this class, so none of y'all niggas can sue me. I just want to be real clear. And if you want the insurance rider, if you think I'm bullshitting, I will send it to you. All right, sitting comfortably on your mat. Finding any place where your legs feel comfortable. You do not need to sit in this type of position. It's not necessary. And let me know if the music is too loud. I'll turn it down. Long, deep breath into the belly. Maybe left hand on the right knee. Slowly start to twist to your right. See if you can keep the spine long and straight. Reaching your crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Now, as you walk your fingers toward the back of the mat, see if you can make all of the twisting happen through the waist and not through the shoulders and back. Just everything in the waist. You might even continue to look forward. Feel the belly flatten. As you start to open through your belly and through your chest, let the neck and head be the last thing you turn, just to keep it safe. Again, reaching up tall to the crown of your head. And slowly go back to neutral. I'm gonna turn to the side so that you can see the straightness of the posture. So trying to avoid I have a little sway in my lower back, so I try to, turn my tailbone under just a little bit. Right hand, left knee. Crown of the head reaches tall. Walk the left fingertips back. Open the chest up. And do the best you can to just keep everything straight through the crown of your head, and maybe let the last thing you do look over your left shoulder. Flatten the belly. And slowly release back to the center. Find your way into nothing but stillness for just a second. Drop your shoulders. Try to imagine a scenario where you have nothing to worry about but this little piece of real estate, maybe 5 by 5 square feet around you. That's all you're focused on for the next 30 minutes or so. And if you're like me, I still feel guilty sometimes taking this kind of time to just work on me. I think it's a symptom of being Black in America. We gotta let that go. Sometimes you just got to work on you and relax. Enjoy rest, as they say. What do they say? Rest is protest. Drop the shoulders, relax. And coming out of that, just kind of slowly find your way. You could roll over your knees if that's comfortable for you. I don't recommend it. If that's not something you do regularly, I would recommend just straightening your legs out and rolling around. Find your way onto your knees. Now, this is a cool posture to do if it doesn't hurt your knees. Now, I forgot to bring my blocks, but if you can't sit like this comfortably, don't do it, please. Maybe sit like this and just hold out. I'm gonna sit here for just a second and stretching the tops of the ankles a little bit. First working on waking up the legs, waking up the ankles. Again, my knees are close. I'm sitting on top of my hamstrings. I'm not sinking down between my legs because quite frankly, I'm too old for that, it hurts. But I can sit on my ankles or stretching the arches, turn the toes under and get that little arch stretch. Now, when you come out of this, you may notice a little foot cramping. It's okay. Just continue to move the feet around, it's kind of part of it. Feet will cramp up a little bit. My arches do, I have flat feet. Actually, I have what they call flexible falling arches. So as I put more pressure on my foot, the foot flattens, but when I'm sitting, my arches rise appropriately. So, all right, now all fours, wiggle the ankles around, and tap the feet, turn the toes under, tap the feet, turn the toes under, and stretch one leg out, maybe the right first. Start there, and let's lift that foot. Wake that ankle up. If you're lifting the right leg, extend the left arm, excuse me. You know which one to lift because one of them simply won't work. Now try to turn the tailbone under and stick the heel out and stick the fingertips out. So if you're like this, turn the toes down, make it like this and reach as you turn the tailbone on. Try to turn the tailbone under as you're lifting the ankle, activating your core a little bit. All right, set that down. Other side, extend the left ankle. Really press that left foot into the wall. Start to turn that tailbone under and lift the right hand. Really stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Again, start turning the tailbone under. Most of us have already started to sink in like this. That little cow back starts pushing under like you're forming the Vithalasana cat back. And set it down. All right, back on the knees again, if you can muster this one more time. Left hand, left knee. Left hand, right knee. And we start to twist while we're sitting on our knees. If this is comfortable, if not, don't do it. You can pull this off and it's not too much work, or turn the toes under. Maybe you'll do it this way better. Try to twist there. Again, waking up the calves. Waking up the arches in the foot. And back to the other side. Right hand, left knee. And twisting. Pull it through the waist, pull it through the lower back. May even feel a little pop there if you push too hard, so don't. Let your chiropractor do the popping. All right, and again, still working on our backs. Left hand to the sky, right hand on the mat. See if you can keep the hips exactly where they are and stretch. Reach up as far as you can, and then slide into your stretch. Release. Left fingertips on the mat, right hand reach as tall as you can get it, and stretch. Releasing that lower back, releasing the side body, waking it up, and back. Now let's move into cat-cow posture. Turn the toes under. Let's just start moving through Vithalasana and Marjanasana. So press into the mat. Inhale, exhale. See if you can get the wrist right under elbows, elbows right under shoulders. Form a nice structure. And use the breath. One breath, one move. So maybe it's inhale and exhale, cow posture. Inhale. Exhale into Bithalasana. Cat. Inhale, Marjanasana. Cow. And keep rolling through that for just a second. You got it? Now, I want to slowly start to play around with preparing for down dog. So once you move your knees in a little bit, maybe press into the mat. And as you press into the mat, I want you to try to pull the mat east and west, opening up the shoulder blades a bit as you lift the knees off the mat. So pressing and stretching east and west on the mat, open up the shoulder blades, and 2 inches with the knees off the mat. Waking up just a little bit, waking it up. Now, maybe tap the knees, waking up the arms, and slowly press back into your first down dog. Now, if you're not used to doing down dog or you're new to yoga, the goal is to just try to get your ankles as close to the earth as possible. Again, try to line your middle toes up with your middle fingers and drop the ankles. Now we can unpack it slow. So this is new to you. Pressing into your hands, gripping the mat with your fingertips, press your belly into your thighs. Try to get your belly as close to your thighs as possible. And stretch the ankles towards the mat. Turn the crown of the head towards the mat. Maybe look up towards your navel. Now, if you're out here, this will be tiring. Your arms will get tired fast. So it just takes some time to stretch the hamstrings out so you can sink in. And that could take it could take some time, but it is what it is. So this becomes a resting posture as the hamstrings and calf muscles start to stretch. And I want you to slowly turn the tailbone under and roll out to plank. Drop to your knees as wide as the mat. Turn the toes in. Warm a pillow with the hands. First rest. Slide the belly in between the knees. Maybe let the knees go as wide as possible. You can get a little groin stretch. At your pace, maybe bring the elbows in, pressing into the elbows, come out safely. Press into your elbows to bring your knees in, come out safely. And let's find ourselves back in that down dog. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Take out the legs. And I want you to curl the tailbone under again, rolling out to plank. And we're gonna slide in what they call 8-point pose. 8-point pose will be hands, elbows, knees, and your 2 pec muscles. So we'll drop, turn the toes under, knees touch, elbows touch, chest touches, nice little back bend. And then we'll roll all the way out, lowering the body to the mat. Bhujangasana pose, fingertips right outside the mat, pressing into the mat. And find your way up. See if you can relax the butt just a little bit, but don't dump too hard in your lower back. Inhale up. Take some breath. Inhale up. Now some Bhujangasana twist. So bending one elbow or keeping the other straight. And looking over that shoulder and bending the other elbow, keeping the other one straight. Looking over that shoulder and back to your standard Bhujangasana. And lower all the way down. Press the hands next to the pec. Turn the toes under. Come through the knees if you don't feel comfortable that you can press straight into a push-up. And slide back into child's pose. I'm gonna turn towards you. Prepare for the next one. All right, getting ready for a little hip work here. Coming out of child's pose, back to your knees. I want you to extend your right leg. Extending your right leg comfortably. Top of the left foot on the mat. And I just want you to try to bend over. Sliding the right hand down toward the ankle. Turn the tailbone under. So if you find yourself here, try to get back to something that looks more like here. Yeah, I did it. As soon as I lean down, I start sticking my butt out. So here, the goal is not to touch your ankle. You just want to open up through that groin. And back to standing. Back to standing, flat knees. Taking the right foot up. You were back in the all fours. Take the right foot up. Just open it out to the side. Feel that hip. And just take it back. Turn the toes down. Now turn the ankle. As you reach the foot back out, a lot of work in that hip. Now just taking that knee down and we rotate it around. Rotating it around in that socket. All right, back to cat-cow posture. From cat-cow, we're gonna take it back into down dog. We're gonna give that left hip just a moment to rest. The right hip a moment to rest, and we're gonna get back in our down dog, go through one sun salutation. Inhale up on the toes, looking up toward the navel. Bend the knees. Look toward the fingertips. Slowly walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive up. First standing posture. Exhale, hands prayer position. Again, focus back on your intention. Staying inside this little 5x5 square foot space. Long deep breath. Inhale the arms up. And notice I'm gonna bend my knees a little bit and I'm gonna fold over my legs. Touch down. Inhale, flat back. And exhale as you walk it out to plank. Finding yourself in the plank. Drop your knees on the mat. And from here, left side. And the left foot. Turn the tailbone under. Start sliding the left hand down without turning the tailbone out. Start sliding the left hand straight down the leg. And it won't go very far. You might even feel something catch in there. It won't go very far, so don't force it. If you need to come out of it, please do. I feel a little tightness there myself. And we're gonna let that go. All fours. Extend the left heel out. Rotate around. If you can extend the left heel out to your left. Take it back. Take it back out. Take it back. And then maybe just kind of roll it around in the sock. Little organic movements. Oh. All right. Drop that heel again. Back in all fours. Extending to our down dog. So go ahead and start to lift the knees, turn the tailbone under. And we're here. Back into down dog. Grab some stillness for just about 6 seconds. Inhale, long, deep breath. Exhale, blow it out. Looking up towards your navel. Lift your knees. Lift your toes, heels, bend your knees, press your belly towards your thighs. Looking towards your fingertips now. Maybe take a long step, pulling your knee towards your abdomen. If you can even kiss the knee. Drop that right foot next to right thumb. And drop the left knee. All right, left knee on the mat. Keep your toes turned under for balance if you need that. Walk the right foot out toward the corner just a little bit. If you don't need the extra balance, straighten the left foot, slide in, Turn the tailbone under again and feel the pulling right across the groin. We're gonna get in the psoas. We're gonna make everything feel good for the rest of the day, or horrible. Could be either way. Turn the tailbone under. Now, turn the toes under. Reach the hands up, and you could stop here. This is fine. You feel like you've got balance and you want to extend the left leg, we'll be right here. Again, try to turn that tailbone under. You may even lift the right toes as you press into the heel of the right foot and sink in a little deeper. Extend the left leg a little further. Turn the tailbone under. Exhale as you touch down. Now, complete runner's lunge to crescent. Now we're back to runner's lunge. I want you to bend the left knee and spring off the left knee just a little closer. Form pyramid pose. Pyramid pose, legs straight. Still got separation between the 2 feet. So you can hold your balance on the mat. Swivel those hips forward and touch down. If you have blocks or something to touch, it's probably going to be better. If your hamstrings are not as flexible right now as you like them to be, maybe stop here. You could also leave a little bend in this knee to protect that hamstring. But be safe. Again, no ego. Don't want anybody to leave here today talking about Willis jacked them up. Little stretch again, swivel the hips forward. Hamstring stretching out. Now, carefully bend the knees and just step to the top of the mat. Left foot plants carefully next to right. As you move, just think about moving through water. Every movement. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold and bend those knees again and roll. Roll, 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 stand. Let the head lift is the last thing. Stand at the top of your mat, Tadasana pose. Back to shoulders. All right, a little ankle mobility work here, strengthening our ankles. So grip the mat. Right foot's gripping the mat. Put all your weight on the right foot. Kickstand the left. Now I want you to raise the left ankle and see if you can activate it by just turning the toes down and standing with just the ankle right above the right knee. Try to stare at something that's not moving. Set your drishti on something that's not moving. Activate that ankle. Ooh, can't look at my notes while I'm doing this. All right. Specific to ankle mobility, I want you to lower gently. See if you can slide into that figure 4 standing. You want to grab that foot and bring it up a little higher. Great. So you're working on all the little fine muscles in that ankle. Now, if you are sort of comfortable here and you want to play around with it a little more, again, these are just options. I don't recommend them unless you feel super comfortable. From here, maybe you could rise up on your toes and sink in just a little deeper. Again, I don't recommend doing anything that doesn't feel entirely safe. A little muscle work there. If you feel like your hip is rather open, maybe you can sink in until you can touch down. This is an option. Now, slowly standing and coming out of that. All right. Again, now, let that ankle go. And let's step back to crescent slowly. Extend that left foot. Touching down with the left foot. And we are here. A lot of balance, a lot of work in that ankle, but you need it. It's excellent work for that ankle. Now from here, see if you can lift up on the toes of the right foot. Working the calf, Maybe touch down, up and down a couple times. And touch down on the mat. Back in runner's lunge. Woo! And I want you to straighten the right leg as you slowly pop to the top of your mat. Back at the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands prayer position. Prepare for the other side. Grip the mat with the left foot. Kickstand the right. Slowly begin to lift the right ankle. Activate that ankle. Maybe even pull it up a little higher. Let's see if you can hold it for a second while opening up that knee. Pairing that left ankle for a little work. Sink in. Continuing to activate the right ankle. Pressing down through the heel of the left foot. If you feel good about your balance, maybe you lift the toes off the mat for a second. Feeling super good, maybe you rise up on the toes of the left foot. Try to find your balance in space. It's not easy, it's not meant to be. And if you feel like you want to get a little deeper stretch, maybe touch the hands to the earth while wrapping that right foot around that elbow. Now, this actually goes to another place. It's it's like an endless journey of things to do. At some point, you wrap that foot around the elbow, and you find your way into like a standing. Some posture like that. But let's find our way to standing. Straight out that right leg. And let's extend it into our crescent. Kind of coming through warrior 3 all the way down. And we're done with that. Maybe lift the left ankle, reaching the hands up. Maybe tap the heel down a couple times. Again, nice ankle work. And touch the hands to the mat. Straighten the legs. Straighten the left side of the leg as you bend the right and prepare to spring to the top of your mat again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive to stand. Exhale, hands prayer position. All right. Feels pretty good. How are we feeling? Everybody good? Give me a thumbs up. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are we at on work effort? Give me some signs.
8, 7. No, actually, not even. This is easy.
This is easy?
Yeah.
Excellent. 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 All right. Hips feeling better. Hips feeling good. We're going to move into what they call Skandasana pose. And then we're going to move into lizard. So, first step. There's a lot of ways to get into this, but you know what? Let's script it. Let's just unpack it. So, first thing I want you to do is get prepared for goddess pose. Turn the toes out. And sink in, opening up the knees, kind of drop the butt cheeks into the mat, so to speak. Turn the tailbone under. So you're gonna be looking kind of like, well, this is goddess pose. If you open the hands out, tailbone under, sink in a little deeper. And it'll start to grate on your nerves a little bit because the hips get tired really fast in this posture. Turn the tailbones under, maybe raise the hands. You see people sometimes standing with the middle finger and the thumb touching. I have no idea what you need to do with your hands to make the pain go away, but I think you just try to find some distraction. All right, standing back up. We'll do one more. This one, I really dislike this, but it's super good on your hips. So drop back in. So less than a squat, Marcus. I want you to take your feet a lot wider so that your knees never get outside your ankles. So you'd be like, and then try to open the knees up even further as you turn the tailbone under. All right, standing it back up. Now, Skandasana pose. This one, I want you to be real safe. So bending the right knee, touch down on the earth, and just find your way into whatever kind of opens up your hip. So this is Skandasana technically, but this is supported and it's very safe. Keep your hands down. Do what you need to do. Do not fall into your hip. Eventually, it gets into sit and trying to balance while straightening that complete left leg and then standing out of that and then sinking. So you'll turn the left toes out a little bit and you'll slide in, but please do this supported. But it feels really good sometimes once you get it to a point where you can open up your hips. Moving back to the other side, Skandasana right. Skandasana left. Now, standing that all the way back up. That's Skandasana. We're not going to unpack it any further than that because I can see Leland looking at me like, Negro, if you don't quit tripping, I want you to turn back into your crescent pose. Slowly touch down, hands crescent on the right, right foot extended. We're going to slide into lizard. This right here is all you need. Maybe you can peel the right foot off the mat, open up that hip, continue to peel that foot off the mat. And maybe this is it. If you have blocks, excellent, because you can put your elbows on some blocks. If you don't have blocks, life sucks a little bit right now. Opening up that, again, turn the toes out toward the corner of the mat, open up that ankle a little bit, get inside that hip. Almost home free. Now, back into crescent. I want you to turn the toes down on the left foot. Now watch me here. Sweep the left hand up. And I want you to touch back, grab the left leg with the right hand. So I felt that tightness in my back. So see if you can breathe deeply and relax a bit. Maybe grab the left leg with the right hand. There we go. And reach up. Let the breath do the work. And exhale. All right. Take the hands back to the earth. Breathe, 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 breathe. Now this time, I want you to maybe pull the left knee in up just a little bit. And if you feel comfortable, see if you can grab the foot this time. And we're here. Now, again, I said if you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable, do not do this. Just go back to touching. Maybe you can slide the left leg back down the mat. And release. Playing with your balance, playing with stretch. Now moving to the other side. All right. Extend the right leg. You're on the left now. Thinking into runner's lunge. Now lizard, taking both hands inside the left ankle and drop the right knee. Maybe push that left knee out a bit. Turn the toes out. Open that foot up off the mat. Press that knee out. Anytime you turn your toes under, you're keeping your balance. Anytime you flatten your foot, you're playing with your balance a little bit and testing it. And let's think the elbows down, closer to the floor. The side is a little more open for me. I can actually get my elbows on the floor. And find some stillness for just a second. Again, if you got blocks, you're in a better place. And start to pull that right knee in a little bit. Find your way up. First thing, extend that right hand. And let's swivel back. We'll grab the leg, opposite hand, and just lie down. A little more open on this side, walking my fingertips down my calf, toward my ankle. And carefully come out the way you got in. Pulling that knee in. If you're safe right here, you grab that foot, find your way back into it. Reaching the right hand up. Pulling that ankle closer to the hip, to the butt cheek. And release out of that carefully. Don't let the foot smack to the floor. I'm moving around on my mat simply for visual. You don't need to be doing that. And back into down dog. Almost home free. Let's get it. Press into the mat. Arch the back. Lift the knees. Find your way into down dog. Now walk the feet a little closer in together. We're doing that hip opener that I believe leads. In the arms as best as possible, maybe even looking under that right armpit, finding that foot out in space. Now neutralize those hips, pull the knee through. Now use every opportunity to tighten the core. Turn the tailbone under and maybe kiss the knee. Now pull the knee toward the forehead and plant the left foot next to the left thumb. 45-degree angle with the right foot. We're right here. Turn the tailbone under. Swivel the hips forward. Outer edge of the right foot reaches toward the mat. Ankle rolls out. You're working that ankle. You're reaching that outer edge of the foot out. Tightening and strengthening that ankle prevents injury. Sinking in a little deeper. Reach the hands up. Warrior one. All right, touchdown. Turn the toes down, back in runner's lunge. I want you to press into the mat. Use the core to lift that left foot off the mat. Coming through Chaturanga Dandasana. Elbows graze the ribs. Yoga push-up. Anytime you hear someone say Chaturanga Dandasana, that's all they're talking about is this little yoga push-up. Right? Low. So sequence of movements. Urdhva Mukha Savasana, upward dog. Exhale using the core to lift. Adho Mukha Savasana, down dog. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Let me see where we at. Hold your down dog for just a second. All right, brothers, we are almost home free. Oh yeah. Take a breath. Inhale up on the toes, bend the knees. Make your way to the top of the mat. Look toward the fingers. Those of you who've done this with me for a while, maybe you can take one long hop where you just pop. Inhale up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Swan dive up. Exhale, hands prayer position. All right, gonna play with our balance a little bit more. Right foot, grabbing the mat. Kickstand the ankle. Maybe start into Tadasana pose. On deep breath. Relax the shoulders. Again, ankle above the left knee. Left ankle above the right knee. Playing with your balance. But we won't. And you can stop here. This is it. Maybe we sink in. Get another little hip opener. If you feel like you can use a little more. You've done a lot, but don't feel like you need to do anything more than that. Won't be here but a second. I want you to see if you can grab the toes. Left big toe with the left fingers, and then stand it back up. And you can stop here. Still playing with your balance. Find something that's not moving, stare at that, and try to see where you can go with straightening the leg out. Maybe this is it. Maybe you can stretch a little further. Maybe this is it. I'm grateful that Leland's crusty ankle is all up in my camera. Appreciate that, Leland. Pull the foot a little higher. Have you ever thought about a pedicure? I'm just wondering, like, has that ever been something that was... Leland, that would cut my camera off. This dude's messing around. All right, taking it back down. Nice work. We are almost done. I'm kidding. I really couldn't see your ankle that well. The ash was actually blinding me more than anything.
I ain't studying you.
All right, stand it back. You're right here. Sinking in. I actually like messing with Leland because he's got the quickest wit in the group. So I know he's going to rip me a couple good times over the course of finding your spot.
I have grown as a person, Willis. I do not need to lower myself to your level.
There you go. Playing with your balance. And slowly coming out of it the way you got in. Let that foot hit the mat. Fellas, we are in the home stretch. How the legs feeling? All right, we're gonna do just a little cardio work before we get out of here. Take this at your pace. Sun salutations. We're not doing anything else with sun salutations, and we're wrapping it up. Inhale the arms up. This time I'm keeping my legs straight because my back is warm. Exhale. Touch down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale out to plank. Find your way to plank. Walk it carefully out to plank. Elbows graze the ribs. Press the upward dog. Exhale, down dog. That's one. Inhale up on the toes. Bend the knees. Make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Swan dive up. Exhale, hands prayer position. Inhale up. Swan dive. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, make your way out to plank. And just let the breath go as you slide all the way through Urdhva Mukha, Adho Mukha. Inhale up on the toes, bend the knees. Make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Hold. Inhale, swan dive up. Exhale, hand prayer position. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fall. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, make your way out to plank. As you're blowing the air out, slide all the way through Chaturanga Dandasana to Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, down dog. Inhale up on your toes. Take it at your pace. You don't have to match mine. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Make every move count. Inhale, swan dive up. Exhale, hands prayer position. Inhale the arms up. 5 more to go. Swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale out the plank. Moving through Chaturanga. Now, if you need to slow it down to keep good, firm movements, do that. You don't need to do all 10. Inhale up on the toes. I'd rather you do a really good 3. Inhale up. Just fold. Swan dive up. Exhale, hands prayer position. Sweeping the arms up. Exhale, swan. Inhale, flat back. Exhale out to plank. Press to upward dog. Inhale, down dog. Back. Bend the knees. Press the belly toward the knees and spring to the top of the mat. Inhale up. Hold. Swan dive up. 3 left for me, but you don't need to do them. Inhale, swan. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk it out to plank and lower through the elbows. Keep all movement precise. Inhale up on the toes, bend the knees. Getting tired now. Exhale, fold. Swan dive up. Exhale, hand prayer position. 2 left for me. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, slide through the elbows. Brace up on the toes, bend the knees. Inhale, flat back. 1 left, and I'm gonna wrap. Inhale, swan dive up. Exhale, hands prayer position. Reaching up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. Find your way to down dog wherever you are. Couple moments of stillness. Really press the fingertips into the earth and roll the triceps under, straightening the arms, looking up toward the navel. Find some stillness and lower to your knees and swivel it all the way around. Find yourself in a seated posture. Knees up. First thing, turn the hands in, little tabletop posture. Catch your breath. Press the pelvic bones up toward the sky. Press into the heels. Reach, reach, reach with the pelvic bones up. Press into the heels. You don't need to look back and lower your head back unless your neck really needs that or wants that. Mine does not. And get back into the mat. All right, extend the legs. This is really great if you have a blanket you can put right under your hips and sort of turn your pelvic bone down. But if you don't, maybe grab the calves and try to move the chin closer to the toes. Chin closer to the toes. Keep the back straight, hinging at the hip. Chin closer to the toes. Go to where you feel comfortable. Hamstrings getting their last little bit of love. Toes pulling in, grabbing the feet. Take that out for a second. Maybe take the elbows and press it out and open the feet like the pages of a book.
Holy shit, I'm having a breakthrough.
You having a breakthrough? I like it.
Touching my toes.
You're touching your toes, not Richard.
I've never been able to do that all my life. I'm sitting here grabbing my toes. Legs perfectly straight.
All right, that's huge. And it only took 4 years. That's fantastic. Yeah, man, that stretching is an amazing thing, man. It prevents injuries, brother.
Loving it.
All right, taking the legs all the way out. Got to celebrate Richard today. I don't know what I'm gonna do to celebrate him touching his toes. And roll back to the elbows. You're home free, brothers. We'll stop here for a second. Now, here's a posture that I don't do much with y'all, but I know you'll like it. So, hands right under your hips. You like sit on the backs of your hands, elbows kind of under. And try to drop the crown of the head on the mat. Fish pose. Little arch in the back. Fish pose. And slowly slide, lower the back, everything to the earth. We get our final little pulls in. So we'll pull the right knee in, try to pull it in close to the armpit. Activate the left ankle to keep your structure and start to slowly move the right knee across the body. Final 2 stretches. Find some stillness there for a second. Notice if the buckling has happened in the left knee. See if you can straighten it out. And bring it back. Maybe open it for just a second, a little counter stretch, get into the groin. And extend the right leg, pull in the left knee. Start telling yourself what a wonderful job you've done taking care of your body this morning. Be grateful as you slide that left knee over. The right leg is start to buckle, so you can straighten it and bring it all back. Counter stretch, open up that groin a bit. And straightening that left leg all the way out. There you go. Savasana pose, course pose. You've reached completion.
Memories keep flashing.
Couple of long, deep breaths. Your Savasana time is your time. Take it as long as you need. I'm going to move through wrapping us up, but you need to stay horizontal for the next 20 minutes. Do it. May be the most relaxed you feel all week. Don't let it go. Let my feet on the floor. I'll roll over to fetal position. Stay in for just a moment in fetal position. Your very first yoga pose. And slowly finding my way to sleep. Again, find a seat that's comfortable for you. It doesn't need to look like this. Now, sitting back comfortably again. Take a moment to just acknowledge that this seat feels way different than the first seat. Pushed away all the jitters, found some fatigue, found some relaxation, and now you can sit comfortably. If nothing more, to me, that's the entire value of it. It's just that moment where you can sit comfortably with a clear head and a little bit of clarity. In the chest, hands in prayer position. Namaste, brethren. Y'all have a great morning.
Thank you, Willis. Appreciate you, Willis.
Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a fantastic Sunday, fantastic week.